Today we are discussing Damac Riverside. This is a brand new opportunity that you guys might want to hear about. Now, over the last couple of years, I've been investing into Dubai's real estate, and one of the very best sectors to invest into has been townhouses and villas. So Damac Riverside has a number of these, and this could be an early stage opportunity that you guys do want to get involved in. Now, if you are new to my channel, I am an investor, like I said, here in Dubai. Over the last couple of years, I have seen some very good profits doing different styles of investing here, and I have created this channel to show you and take you on this journey. We do bring you guys opportunities in this market, and I am happy to introduce you to the different brokers that I use to purchase my units. So if you do want to get in touch with me, there is a link down there in my description. Feel free to reach out with anything that you want to ask, whether or not it's just a question or you're ready to buy. I don't mind. Let's have a chat. And with that said, let's jump into today's video, taking a look at Damac Riverside.
Okay, so a development that's been getting a heap of attention over the last 3 to 4 days is Damac Riverside. So why is that? I guess first things first, there are very few villa communities of this size being built in Dubai. Not to say it's an incredibly large development. I think it's about 1,600 homes. But the fact that it's so difficult to come across villas of high caliber, that's why it's so popular. So if we look at some of the other previous villa developments, Damac Lagoons, Damac Hills, not a million miles away. Damac Riverside, obviously just tucked in here. But what's most important is that it's so close to Al Maktoum. Given all the kind of noise we're hearing about Al Maktoum, it's coming on track in the next few years ahead. But there's so much opportunity in the general area. There's so much underdevelopment, and the city is undoubtedly going to pull right down towards the airport, especially given it's been announced that the DXB is going to be shut down and actually fully redeveloped. So there will not be 2 airports operating. It will be Al Maktoum only. And therefore, having a villa community so close to the airport, that's also close, but not right within the flight path, to be confirmed, of course. But look, let's be realistic. It's not right on top of the airport. That then provides an outstanding opportunity for investment and for end usage. And I think that's what's different about this development, is that it has the opportunity for end usage as much as anything else. So let's jump in and have a look at the actual map here. So as you can see, this shows that it is actually quite substantially further away from Al Maktoum than the preview image shows. But when we look here, imagine you are operating in Al Maktoum, you're working in the airport, maybe you're a pilot, maybe you are working in operations within the facility itself. You're a quick drive up here and you're back in no time. Let's just see what it says in terms of turnaround time. So we're saying 12 minutes basically end to end. And we all know that sometimes Google Maps overestimates for the UAE. So if you're on the motorway here, it's probably 8 minutes realistically. So super quick. Okay, so let's jump in and have a little bit of a look at the townhouses themselves. So we've got 5 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms, 2 different alternate types. So as we can see here with the 5-bed layout, obviously it's decently substantial. You've got quite a big plot as well. We'll have a look at the numbers on that in a minute if we can see it in the document. We've got the large dining space, got the kitchen here, and full parking as well. So exceptional 3 stories. You've got the terrace as well. So overall, an amazing 5-bedroom unit. We jump into the 4-bed then as well. Similar layout, over 2 floors, master bed, main entrance, dining, balcony, 2 bathrooms here. Overall, really exceptional. So we can see there's multiple different layout types, and the pricing starting from 2 million. Realistically, I would imagine this is probably going to be 2.4, 2.6 for the 4 beds. And then the 3.18 million will probably drastically increase once demand. These are pre-launch prices. And it's a 75-25 insofar as that it's 75 pre-purchase and 25 upon handover. I have heard reports of it being a 70-30, so this might adapt slightly, but overall you get the general impression. In terms of completion dates, we're looking at December 2027. Obviously that is liable to roll on slightly, as we all know. So let's say, taking realistically, it's probably 4 years away, 3.5, maybe 4 years away, which is obviously not too bad, given that the payment plan has nice, easy payments, 5% in the first several months, and then it's 1% thereafter, besides a couple of bumps at, I think, 3 increases, 3 to 4. Here we got 4. In fact, well, it's actually 5. Okay, fair enough. 5 increases to 5%, which at the end of the day is still not too much given the opportunity here. So again, looking at the opportunity in terms of the location, let's just zoom out. We've spoken a lot about the airport, but for me, there's such a bigger opportunity. The fact that you're halfway between The two Palms, you're probably 15 to 20 minutes from the marina. You've got the Trump golf course here. You've got so many golf courses around you. You're near IMBZ, which I feel like is one of the most undervalued and fantastic locations, pristine and clean and brand new in many of the developments, and just under, shall we say, focused on. So let's have a quick look at the presentation here, just get a little bit of a feel for some of the other elements of the project. Naturally, Damac are going to heavily highlight the green space element, which is such a big focus of the UAE government as part of Plan 2040. So we've got water features, we've got the green aspect of it. Health and wellness, like most developments at the moment, are a big focal point. We've got the restaurants and amenities, as we would all expect. We've got the water features here. I never get typically too excited about these because I sometimes feel like they're often overstated. But at the end of the day, it is emphasizing that there will be sports facilities within the master development. It won't solely be houses. There will be restaurants. As we all know, there are some developments in Dubai that are historically constructed, and they kind of feel like commercial-less wastelands in the sense of absolutely anything that you want to do commercially, whether it be grab a coffee, go to a basic grocery store, you have to drive out. So I think that's what they're trying to emphasize, is that number one, you won't need to drive out for those facilities. And secondly, there's going to be a lot of health and wellness and beauty within the overall development, which is great. I think that makes it very much an ecosystem that you can comfortably settle into and not feel the urgent need to constantly leave. I think that's the challenge with some developments, is that realistically you spend your third space, your third kind of part of your life when you're not working and or just in your home. You need to do that elsewhere. Whereas with this, it's the beauty of it. You can do it around the corner. So we won't delve in too deep into the specifics here, because you can see on the overview of the map, but they've got some pretty interesting features like a floating opera. We've got a restaurant, floating cinema, and several other floating sports facilities. Unusual concept, to say the least, regarding the floating sports facilities. We'll see how that pans out over time. I do love the hanging gardens. I think that's an amazing feature that's being brought into a lot of cities worldwide. It really brings an element of freshness to every aspect of the community, which I think will be very interesting. And then further detail regarding the restaurants, the gyms, and the amphitheater that is mentioned. I think obviously they're targeting families here, undoubtedly, given the fact that they're 4 and 5 bedroom homes, and they're obviously taking inspiration from some of the major cities around. So you can see this is the overall view of the development, with the water feature in the center, very green as you can see, and quickly out to the main road and straight down to the airport, which is pretty outstanding when you think of it. A nice little kind of open living space as well. So it definitely won't feel isolated, which is great. I think that's the most important thing if you were considering this for end usage. In terms of optics, beautiful facade, as we probably would have expected. Amazing car park facilities. Given this is a 5 bedroom with the 3 stories like we saw, this would be an example of the 2 bed. And amazing to have a terrace. I mean, talk about beautiful. If you're looking out, overlooking greenery with a 3rd floor terrace, having a coffee up there, having a glass of wine, an amazing lifestyle you can clearly see. So we've got the floor plans here again. We won't delve back into them. But that's basically it. Overall, a fantastic, interesting project. Let's have a look at the sexy promo video that they provided. So giving a quick feel for the major access roads, as we can see, which is superb. The fact that you are tucked in nicely between several fantastic areas. Nice overview. Example of the water feature, emphasizing heavily the green aspect of the development. The sports facilities, very romantic AI shot there just for good measure. And overall, we can see that it's quite an interesting proposition. So that's it. I think it's a fantastic opportunity here in Riverside, whether it be for investment. Obviously, getting your hands on a 4 or 5 bedroom villa in Dubai is outstanding, and both as potentially for investment. Obviously, it's going to generate savage rental return, but obviously massively as well for end usage.
So now that you understand a little bit more about Damac Riverside, if you do want to get in contact about this or any other Dubai related investment queries, I will leave a link to everything down there in the description. In this space, I buy units that are ready, units that are off plan. I also have companies that furnish them, and I can introduce you to all of these guys. So all of the links are down there in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.